Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari
Hare Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hari Hari
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
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 Ram.
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram.
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna.
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare.
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Shri
Ram,
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare
Gadadhar
Ram, Hare
Sivasadi
Ram, Ram Ram,
Gaura
Hare Hare
Bhakta
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna. Nam, 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 Nam,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Nam,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram.
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram, Ram. Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram. Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Ram 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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna.
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Ram.
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna Hare
Nityananda
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Advaita
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Gadadhar
Ram
Hare
Sivasadi
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare.
Nam, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Hare Hare.
Nam Nam,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram,
Nam,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Nam,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Krishna.
Nam, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Nam
Hare
Nam Nam Nam, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam
Hare
Nam Nam,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam Nam
Hare
Nam,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Nam 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 Nam, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Nam
Ram,
Nam, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna,
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare.
Nam
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare
Ram
Nam
Ram, Hare
Nam,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram
Nam Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Nam
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Nam
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Nam
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Nam
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Nam
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Nam
Hare.
Nam Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Nam
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Nam
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Nam
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare Hare.
Nam Nam Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Krishna
Nam
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam
Hare
Nam
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Prabhu
Krishna,
Nityananda,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare Ram
Advaita
Ram.
Gadadhar, Shivasadi
Hare
Gaura,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Devi.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Devi.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Devi.
Hare Hare, Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram.
Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram. Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram ram, Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nam Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Nam Nam. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Nam. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram.
Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Nama
Krishna Krishna,
Nama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Nama
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Nama Nama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Nama Nama Nama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Nama Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Nama Nama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare, Hare
Nama
Krishna,
Nama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Nama
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Nama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Nama Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Nama
Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram, Hare
Nama
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Nama
Ram,
Nama
Hare Ram, Ram
Nama
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram.
Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Nityananda.
Hare
Shri
Ram
Advaita
Ram Ram
Gadadhar
Hare Hare Hare
Srivasadi.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for giving your association this morning. Does anybody like to share?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can read the next song in the series, Narottam Das Thakur.
Yeah.
I pasted the link. You want to share your screen? Okay, so I'll read the translation. Vrindavan is filled with blossoming flowers, the dancing of the peacocks, and the sounds of the cuckoos and bumblebees. When in the association of the dear gopis will I melodiously sing in a charming cottage in a grove of Vrindavan. When seeing the slowly and gracefully moving divine couple will my hairs stand on end because of the ecstasy in my heart. When in the company of the gopis will Srimati Radharani gesture that she wants me to comb her hair, and when will I then take the comb in my hand and carefully comb her curling locks? When will I anoint Srimati Radharani's limbs with sandalwood paste and musk? When will I give her beautiful garlands? When will I gaze on her moon-like face as I decorate it with tilak markings drawn in sandalwood paste and kumkum? When will I carefully dress Srimati Radharani in blue garments? When will I place jeweled anklets on her feet? When will I take water from a jar and wash her reddish lotus feet? When will I then dry her feet using my own hair as a towel? When will I make a couch of lotus petals for the divine couple? When will I gently fan them with a white charmer whisk? When from a golden box will I take betel nuts and camphor and place them in the lotus mouths of the divine couple? When will I carefully chew the aromatic remnants of such betel nuts which have become mixed with nectar from the mouths of the divine couple? O Lokanath Goswami, O my spiritual master, O friend of the poor and wretched conditioned souls, O ocean of mercy, please hear the appeal of this person who is very miserable and poor-hearted. O Radha and Krishna, O holy land of Vrindavan, O intimate gopi friends of divine couple, I beg that you all grant this charity to me. Please fulfill these desires. So yeah, many of the songs are like this. Almost all the songs Narottam Das Thakur is praying. I do this service for Radha and Krishna and give them so many offerings. Here he's saying he wants to comb the hair of Radharani and wash her lotus feet.
Give a beautiful garland to Radharani.
Yeah, decorate her with sandalwood paste and musk. And he says, I want to wash the lotus feet and dry it with my own hair.
How is that? My own hair, so he will rub his head against.
Hair, like he's a gopi, right? So she has
long hair, maybe. Yeah, okay. Long hair.
Yeah, offer them betel nuts and camphor and take their remnants. Yeah. So, Prabhu, you want to read the Brihad Bhagavatamrita? I have the page number.
We can read, for some time, Can share.
You want me to share the screen or you have that document?
I have it, I think. Let me Let's see, which volume is it?
3. So if you search for BRAHAD in the search box. On your computer. In your search box right down below at the bottom, you see the search.
Yeah. So that's where I put it. Okay, let me see in my downloads. It must be there. Sometimes that's volume number
3.
3. Okay. Okay, I can just open it from your Krishna conscious
If you
phone.
just type volume right here. Yeah, it's volume. Yeah, that. Okay, and if you go to page number 432. 432.
432. Is that the printed? Yeah, it's 431.
Yeah,
There's the bookmark.
where it's yeah, 156. We can start from there.
Okay, should I read?
Yes.
Krishna then finished his pastime of sleep. How do I get rid of this? Okay. Krishna then finished his pastime of sleep, and his mother bathed him. So he has come from, like, he's getting up in the morning, and his mother bathed him, adorned him with ornaments, and fed both him and Balram. She made Krishna relax a short while, and he enjoyed talking with the gopis. Krishna is just a few years old, right? I mean, what's the age? I mean, this is everyday affair, so this is part of the Ashtakali.
He's 16 years old in the eternally.
Now he's 16 years old.
I mean, he's talking about Golok Vrindavan, right? Sanatan Goswami. Actually, there are different Golok planets, and Krishna is of different ages and different.
Because he says his mother bathed him, so is he 16 years old when his mother is bathing him, or maybe it's a little younger, right? Because we know in Gopashtami pastime that he doesn't like his mother to bathe him, dress him, because he wants to, at a certain age, Krishna wants to go and herd the cows. So he's refusing. So he wants to show that he has grown up. So maybe this is before. Krishna then finished his pastime of sleep, and his mother bathed him, adorned him with ornaments, and fed both him and Balram. She made Krishna relax a short while, and he enjoyed talking with the gopis. Then she got things ready for his auspicious departure to the forest. So he has become like a cowherd, and he's going to go in the deep forest. Though the young gopis were pained at heart at the thought of soon being separated from Krishna, Mother Yashoda had them sing transcendental songs for his good fortune, and ceremoniously carry full pots and other auspicious items. No matter what ecstasy impeded them, the gopis had to do their service. After all, they had to sing and carry purna kumbhas, full pots of water with yogurt, flowers, unhusked barley, parched rice, and other pure substances, or else Krishna's departure for the forest would not be auspicious. So gopis were feeling very painful. Krishna is departing for the forest. But to make his departure auspicious, they had to do certain ceremonies and carry some auspicious items. For God, how it can be like you have to make things auspicious for God. That's for ordinary human beings, right? We do all Vastu Puja and all these things for God. But Yashoda doesn't think that her son is God. She sat Krishna on a chair with his elder brother and adorned their limbs with ornaments and medicinal herbs suitable for the forest. So she is maybe putting some herbs on him. Besides decorative ornaments, Yashoda placed various items on their bodies to assure their safety, such as tiger nails, enchanted talismans, protective threads. Like many people on the wrist, they wear some thread. So Yashoda must have put some thread around. She put ornaments also on Krishna and Balaram, and all the other things to protect him. Herbs meant for healing wounds, and Garuda Mani, emeralds for guarding against poison. Okay. She engaged elderly Brahmana ladies and other ladies in offering of blessings. And she made Krishna do all the prescribed rituals to prepare for his outing. Elderly Brahmanis blessed Krishna, as did the older gopis. Krishna was more eager to get going than to touch his nose with his fingers and carry out other protective rituals, but his mother gave him no choice. Krishna was getting impatient. He wants to go in the forest, but Yashoda is saying, no, you have to touch your nose, you have to do this, you have to do that. And Krishna has to obey. Krishna took the lunch his mother gave him for noontime, stirred the cows from their rest, and got them in front of him, and set off playing his flute. Normally we say cows are behind, or Krishna is in front, but here it says cows are in front of him and set off playing his flute, right? Don't we say that when he comes?
We say that in the morning, Krishna walks in the front and cows walk after him. In the evening, when coming back, Krishna wants to make sure no cows are left behind. So all cows are in the front.
But here it says, stirred the cows from the rest, got them in front of him. So, and set off playing his flute. Okay, so maybe he's playing his flute and the cows are following also. That may be the scenario. Mother Yashoda had prepared lunch for Krishna to take with him, and he packed as much of it as he could in a bag tied to a stick. Then he roused the cows who were lying down and drove them forward, urging them on with the music of his flute. Just then his companions came out in groups from the cowherd village. So all the gopas are coming out and gathered around him. The boys were all fit to be his intimate friends. So it's time, everybody's gathering now for going to the forest. Because the attention of the cowherd boys was never diverted to anything other than pleasing Krishna. The boys needed only to hear Krishna's flute to know that it was time to leave. They were waiting for Krishna to play his flute. And as soon as they heard Krishna's flute, they came out from their homes. Whole night they were thinking, oh, when will sun rise, and then we'll go to the forest to be with Krishna. It hardly mattered whether they had finished having breakfast or preparing themselves. If Krishna was going to the forest, they had to follow right behind. There were a great number of these companions of Krishna. Just like there were infinite number of gopis, similarly there are infinite number of gopas also, and cows and everything. There were a great, although we said 900,000 cows, there were a great number of these companions of Krishna, and they naturally divided themselves into groups led by prominent boys. All the boys, however, were completely fit to be with Supreme Lord in close friendship. Krita Punya Punja. They have amassed heaps of transcendental pious activities, and they are playing with Krishna. At one moment, he and the boys played their flutes, at another their buffalo horns, at still another some instruments fashioned from leaves. Thus he and the boys showed off by playing various kinds of music. So the boys also have their flute. They are also playing. And some place they play their buffalo horns, and other place they play instruments made from leaves. So they were showing off how much music they can play. The boys made noisemakers out of leaves and blades of darba grass they picked up from the side of the path. Okay. Krishna stood with his brother, while their friends, playthings in hand, joyfully sang, danced, and glorified them. Krishna and Balaram were standing, and everybody else was cheering Krishna and Balaram, like Pravishad Gita Kirtihi, like in the Randhran Venunodara Sudaya Pura and Gopa Vinde. Vrindaranyam Supadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti. As Krishna entered in the forest of Vrindavan, all the boys, cowherd boys, sang their glories. Gita Kirti, singing Gita. Kirti means the fame. Among the various things the boys carried were balls, drums, fans, flags, seats, umbrellas, chamara, fans, hand cymbals, wooden shoes, and food and drink. So they were preparing for their journey in the forest, and they had something to play with: balls, drums, fans, seat to sit somewhere, umbrellas, chamara fans, hand cymbals, wooden shoes, and food and drink. This was the paraphernalia for their games in the forest. Okay, so they were using this also to play games. The boys were very happy to be away from their homes and on the way to the forest, where they could play however they liked. So they could be with Krishna without any restriction from anybody. They could just be with Krishna and play to their heart's content. So they were happy. Krishna's elder brothers walked in front and I walked behind. So this is Gopkumar, Sarupa saying, Krishna's elder brother walked in front and I walked behind. So Balaram is walking in front and Sarupa is walking behind. And the girls, unable to tolerate being separated from Krishna, found excuses to follow and came out from the village, helplessly pulled by ropes of love. Here Sarupa gives the gopi only a slight mention, referring to them simply as Taha, those girls, because anything he says about them might stir his memories of the special relations between the gopis and Krishna and disturb the mood he's trying to set. So it may disturb the mood, because now that is Sakhya mood. and they're going out in the forest. So he's referring, not to disturb the mood, he's referring to those girls. Even though his relationship with Krishna was in Sakhyaras, if he were to remember the gopis' love for Krishna, he would be unable to control his ecstasy. So Sarupa is in Sakhyaras, but he also goes into ecstasy, remembering gopis' love for Krishna. And he would go into ecstasy, just like Sukadeva Goswami is also controlling himself, not reciting directly the name of Radharani, so that he doesn't go into ecstasy and his service get disturbed. The gopis, so he has to go in the forest. So, but the gopis were helplessly pulled out of their homes, as if like automatically being attracted to Krishna. They were like also came out from their village. The gopis could hardly justify walking out of the village in broad daylight and in front of everyone, but because they were helplessly attracted to Krishna, they were unable to tolerate his absence. So it's like spontaneous attraction. This is gopis have spontaneous attraction for Krishna which they can't resist. So every jiva has spontaneous attraction for Krishna. In its pure state, we are naturally and spontaneously, just like a bee is attracted to a flower. Similarly, the jiva is very, without any effort, it is just a spontaneous attraction. Just like Rupa Goswami says, Yuktinam yatha yuni, yunam cho yuvato yatha, manobhi ramate tadvan manome ramatam tvai. As boys are attracted spontaneously to girls, young boys are attracted, and young girls are spontaneously attracted to young boys. In the same way, let my attraction be spontaneously for you. So this is spiritual world, Vrindavan. So there everybody is spontaneously attracted to Krishna. Here we are spontaneously attracted to so many things of this world. And because we are not, our attraction for Krishna is covered by the rust of lust. So that's why we are not spontaneous. So the rust of lust can be removed by chanting the holy name, engaging in devotional service to Krishna. And then our spontaneous attraction for Krishna will automatically come about. So,
Right. So Prahlad also says like, how the iron filings are automatically attracted to the magnet. And Kunti Maharani says how the Ganges forever flows towards this sea.
so
Let my attraction be like that.
Tvaime Ananya Vishaya. Ananya Vishaya means other subjects. Let my attraction not be drawn to me. So, devotee is very spontaneously attracted to Krishna, and he is afraid that he will get attached to other things in this world, and then his attraction for Krishna will become diverted. So, like Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat was wanting to be spontaneously attracted to Krishna, so he was very afraid of having any kind of relationship in which there will be attachment. And so he was behaving like a Jada. He was behaving like a, because he just wanted to be attracted to Krishna. So he was very afraid. Similarly, Kunti is very afraid that she says, sever my ties of affection for my kinsmen. Like that, she says, that's another prayer. Tvai me ananya vishaya, matir madhupati asakrit.
Ratim udvatad adha gange vagunutanvati.
Yeah, so distraction means alternate attraction. So we are distracted in this world by alternate attraction. That's why our attraction for Krishna is not so fixed and spontaneous. There are so many other attractive things in this world. So he was saying, Amog Lila Prabhu is saying, that when Krishna has made so many attractive things in this world, but he wants us to see that over and above all these attractive things of this world, you will choose me. There are so many things to it. He has not made this world. Of course, in one sense, it's Dukhalayam, but there are so Maya has so many allurements for us. So he wants to see that, oh, you will become attracted to me, giving up all these other attractions. So Krishna wants to see that. He wants exclusivity. Mother Yashoda, yeah, anything else if anybody wants. You want to say anything? Mother Yashoda saw Krishna, yeah.
Yeah, there is a prayer of Vritrasura as well. I
Oh, yeah.
pasted.
You can
We
read.
memorize this verse. Mama uttam shloka janeshu sakhyam samsara chakre brahmadasva tanmayatmaja daragriheshva asakta chittasya nanatha bhuyat. So Vritrasura is praying, O my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my fruitive activity. Therefore, I simply seek friendship in the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, wife, children, and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy, but I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness, and everything I have be attached only to you. Same thing.
So, in the association of very great souls, pure devotees, then what will happen is that our attraction for Krishna will come about. So, he says, I seek only the association of your enlightened devotees, so that my attraction on the bodily platform will cease and I will only be attracted to you. Okay. Mother Yashoda saw Krishna perspiring from a mood of ecstasy. And actually everything in this world is temporary. So whatever we are attached to will be taken away. Sada samudvigna dhyam satgrahat. It's only a matter of time. We will also not be there in this body. Our attachment to this body will also be gone. The body will be gone itself. So we have to think that we are spirit souls. And I am on a journey. And I am not this body, I am not this mind also. I am spirit soul. And on that platform you can become detached. Detached, and when detachment is there, then focus on Krishna consciousness is more because of detachment. So we are not distracted. So like that. So this body, mind, I am not this body and this mind. I am spirit soul.
Yesterday, Prabhu was saying that we should not be attached to we should be attached to our activity of serving Krishna, but not even be attached to particular service
Service.
or some recognition, fame that comes out of that service, because that can also be taken away. Like Arjuna's strength was taken away when Krishna departed.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
ahetuki, unconditional, service.
Name, fame, all can go to. And it'll be gone. Like, how long we will be famous? As long as, even if, you're not taken away, this body is there. People, you are in this body, you remember who you are, and you can enjoy some name and fame. But as soon as you're out of the body, the name, fame, everything goes away. People may remember you, but you will not be there to enjoy, right? You cannot remember that you are the same person. And yeah, so, and everything, whatever I have, even if I'm able to do something very nicely, that was the whole point of the class yesterday, that it is due to Krishna. My abilities are due to Krishna. Krishna, if he takes away our memory, let's say I'm a good orator, right? But if Krishna takes away my memory, I cannot remember anything. What to speak? I can't speak. If he takes away my power of speech, then I can't speak anything. Like, so we have it for a certain time, and this borrowed plumes, right? It's like Krishna's. Krishna's. He was saying 1:5:15. We should read 1:5:15. Let's see quickly. I read a little bit, but let's see. 1:5:15. Is it 115.5 or 1515? I think it is 115.5. Yeah, 115.5. Yeah, 115.5 was saying, Arjuna said, O king, the Supreme Personality of Lord Hari, who treated me exactly like an intimate friend, has left me alone. Thus my astounding power, which astonished even the demigods, is no longer with me. In Bhagavad Gita 10:41, the Lord says, anyone specifically powerful and opulent in wealth, strength, beauty, knowledge, and all that is materially desirable is to be considered but a product of the insignificant portion of the complete whole of my energy. No one, therefore, can be independently powerful in any measure without being endowed by the Lord. When the Lord descends to the earth along with his eternal ever liberated associates, he not only displays the divine energy possessed by himself, but also empowers his associate devotees with the required energy to execute his mission of incarnation. It is also stated in Bhagavad Gita 4:5 that the Lord and his eternal associates descend to earth many times, but the Lord remembers all the different roles of incarnations, whereas the associates by his supreme will forget them. Vedaham samatitani vartmanani cha Arjuna. No, not that one. Bahunai me vyatitani. Janmani tavacha Arjuna. Tani aham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. So Krishna remembers. Similarly, the Lord takes away with him all his associates when he disappears from the earth. The power and energy which were bestowed upon Arjuna were required for the fulfillment of the mission of the Lord. But when his mission was fulfilled, the emergency powers were withdrawn from Arjuna, because the astounding powers of Arjuna, which were astonishing even to the denizens of heaven, were no longer required, and they were not meant for going back home, back to Godhead. So for a certain period of time, for Krishna's service, Arjuna exhibited those powers, and then they were taken away. So as old age arrives, all our abilities and things are taken away. If endowment of powers and withdrawal of powers by the Lord are possible for even for a great devotee like Arjuna, or even the demigods in heaven, then what to speak of ordinary beings who are but figs compared to such great souls? So compared to Arjuna, we are like a fig. Arjuna is a pure devotee. What is our position? If for Arjuna such things can happen, then what to speak of the ordinary living beings? The lesson is therefore that no one should be puffed up for his powers borrowed from the Lord. The sane man should rather feel obliged to the Lord for such benefactions and must utilize such power for the service of the Lord. So whatever talents we have is God gifted, and we should use it in the service of the Lord without being proud, because that talent is coming from Krishna. Such power can be withdrawn at any time. Is this the verse? Where is the borrowed plumes he was saying?
There's another purpose as a borrowed plumes. But he said 115.5 only.
Okay. So the best use of such power and opulence is to engage them in the service of the Lord. Yeah, I think it's another purport. The crow.
115.21. I have the very same Gandiv bow, same arrow, same chariot drawn by the same horse.
Correct. Yeah, this is 115.21. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Mother Yashoda saw Krishna perspiring from a mood of ecstasy and came to wipe his face. So Krishna was perspiring because he was ecstatic. and went with him as far as the outer gates of the village, her breast wet with milk. Krishna's face may have been perspiring because of the longing to be with gopis that arose in him when he saw them following behind. So although Krishna is going with his friends, he is still longing to be with the gopis. Mother Yashoda, however, was concerned only with wiping his face. First she wiped with her hand, and when that did not work, she used the edge of her garment. So the ecstasy is all the gopis have come, and Krishna is in ecstasy and is perspiring. So Yashoda uses her hand to wipe the perspiration, but it doesn't work. Krishna is perspiring so much. So then she uses her garment. At his request. So garment is also a person. Like in the spiritual world, the garment is not. At his request, she then turned back towards the house. Krishna said, no, go back. Mata, go back. But after 2 or 3 steps, she craned her neck and anxiously went back to her son. She started going towards the house, then again she came back. She made pan for him and put some in his mouth and some in his hand, and then again turned towards the house. But once again she quickly came back to him. So she gave pan, put in his mouth, in his hand. She went back. So again came back. Just like the first time, Yashoda again nervously turned around, craned her neck and to see him and came back to him. Right on the path, she fed him some fruits and some other sweet things and gave him something to drink. She thinks Krishna is hungry and Krishna should get, he's thirsty. Then she again started going back to house and then again turned around. So 3rd time. First she gave pan and then some drinks to it and then fruits. She gave him a thorough looking over and adjusted his clothes and other things he had on. And she once more turned back. She adjusted his clothes and everything so that everything is proper. Then she went back. But then she again returned and plaintively gave him some instructions. So again she came back and she told him, you should do this, you should not do this, that, whatever. Yashoda spoke to Krishna anxiously because she knew he was naughty and would likely ignore her advice. My dear child, don't go too far into the impenetrable woods and never enter deep into the forest where there are thorns. Don't go so deep in the forest. Don't go into the woods where it's difficult to get back. After speaking this way at length, beseeching him to take care, she once again turned home and took a few steps and yet again came back. So, don't go too much deep into the forest where there are thorns, into the impenetrable woods. And she knows Krishna may ignore her advice. So she's in anxiety also. She's telling him many times, please take care, this, that, so many things. Don't do this, do like this. She went back again, then she came back to Krishna. My dear boy, Ram. Now she's addressing Balaram. She said, you stay in front of your younger brother. And you, Sridama, stay behind your friend Krishna with Sarupa. So Krishna is in the middle, Balaram is in the front, and Sridam is behind Krishna with Sarupa. So imagine Krishna is walking and Balaram is in front and Krishna and Sarupa and Sridam are behind him. You, Anshu, should stay on Krishna's right So front and back are protected. Now right side of Krishna. You Anshu should stay on Krishna's right. So Anshu must be another cowherd boy. And you Subal on his left. So right and left, Krishna is in the middle. Straw between her teeth. She implored the boys with such requests. Very humbly she was pleading, please, please, straw between her teeth, she was saying. Please, you all stay with Krishna. Then she looked intently at her son. Balram, the most competent of the boys, should walk in front of Krishna. Though the others would spontaneously take up their proper places, she directed them anyway, just to make sure. So they would anyway go like that, but Yashoda is giving instructions. The phrase Itya Adikam indicates other requests. The boy should not let Krishna go into thorny and dangerous places. So she knows he is very restless. Even when Krishna pricked up the Govardhan hill, she was saying that you are so restless, so mischievous, that you stopped Indra Puja, and now you have the big burden of lifting this Govardhan hill. Why you are so mischievous like that? So she knows that Krishna would ignore her advice. The phrase Ityadikam indicates other request. The boys should not let Krishna go into thorny and dangerous places. They should provide him shade if the sun became too intense. And they should be sure he ate nicely at lunch. Some children don't eat, right? So she wants to make sure Krishna is eating nicely. And he doesn't go on his own into impenetrable woods or deep into the forest where there are thorns. So there are bodyguards on front, back, and left and right to prevent him from doing such activities. Coming to the end of her lists of requests, Mother Yashoda looked intently at Krishna's face to evoke promises from Krishna and other boys that they would do what she had asked. So she told, you don't do this, you don't. And she wanted Krishna to say, yes, mommy, I am going to follow what you are going to say. She was waiting for Krishna to tell. So, in this way, Mother Yashoda, anxiously going back and forth again and again, showed more love than a cow who has just given birth to a calf. So cow, when gives birth to a calf, it becomes very attached to the calf, licks the calf like that, cleans the calf, and always wants to be around the calf. But Mother Yashoda's love was even more than that. She was coming and going. This exchange between Yashoda and Krishna went on for some time. This is delaying Krishna's going into the forest. But Sarupa wanted to avoid prolonging his description. So it went on for some time, but all the incidents are not related here. Just like Krishna kills so many demons, but all the demons are not mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Every day he kills so many demons. Only some demons are mentioned. Her son then bowed down to her. So Krishna is very respectful to his mother, took hold of her feet and embraced her, and with various rationals, and finally with words of insistence of his own, with great effort he made her turn back. Don't worry, mother, I'm going, I will take care, and I will follow your instructions. You go back now. Krishna hoped that by showing this elaborate display of respect and affection, he could convince his mother of how seriously he took her words. So he is catching hold of Yashoda's feet, embracing her, bowing down. Krishna is perfect at convincing somebody that he believes what they say. He reminded her that she had also to eat breakfast and attend to various household chores. Oh, you can't be here like with me, you have to go back, you have to do your household duties. You have not eaten breakfast. But when all his reasons failed to convince her, he finally simply insisted very strongly that she go back. So Yashoda was not going back after all that. All this he had to do several times before she finally relented. So Yashoda is also, and Krishna had to convince. And maybe this is an everyday affair. Every day Krishna has to convince. And she, crying, milk dripping from her breast, stood right there, motionless like a painted picture, and distantly watched from that high place near the forest. Maybe in there, Nanda Bhavan, I don't know. Nanda Bhavan is high, so she can watch. So she came back when she was watching Krishna go. But the lovely gopis kept following him. Yashoda came back, but the gopis are going. Their throats choked with weeping. They could no longer sing, nor see through their streams of tears, and their feet stumbled. So they were crying so much that they could not see properly. The eyes were filled with tears, and their feet stumbled. In their shyness and fear, they had nothing they could do or say. Drowning in a great ocean of sorrow, they had no way to hold back their feelings. So even a moment's separation can't be tolerated by the gopis. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravarshaitam shunyaitam sagat jagat sarvam govinda viraya. One moment is like a yuga. Although we say 12 years, but it's like Yugaitam nimeshena. Yuga is very long. So now Krishna is going to go for many, many hours in the forest. So, as expressed by the word tu, however, the mood of gopis is even more exalted than that of Mother Yashoda. Because there is Madhurya Ras. Yashoda is Vatsalya. The gopis, the Lord's most beloved devotees, are endowed with all excellent qualities. So although we say gopis, everybody is first class devotee in one sense. Even the gopas, the gopis. We may say, yes, gopis' love is most intense for Krishna, and of all them, Radharani's love is most intense. But in the spiritual world, it is perfect, more perfect, and most perfect. So everything is perfect only, all the rasas. But there is more perfection, you would say. There is more intensity in gopis' love. The gopis, the Lord's most beloved devotees, are endowed with all excellent qualities. And now the gopis were overwhelmed by various emotions, such as their natural shyness, which decorated their personalities most of the time, and their fear of what their elders must be thinking, and what the consequences might be of having left the village without permission. So there is fear also. They are ashamed a little bit. There is shyness. Everything is there. All the emotion. In the village, moreover, the gopis could counteract the pain of separation. In the village, moreover, the gopis could counteract the pain of separation from Krishna by embracing and kissing him. But now that he was leaving for the day, there was nothing they could do. But I don't know if all the gopis could embrace and kiss Krishna. Maybe because they were afraid also. But they lacked the strength even.
At night during Ras Leela.
Ras Leela, so at night when Krishna is in the village. Okay. Correct. At night, they are talking about night. They lack the strength even to ask, how can we live like this? Because he is going far away. So according to a well-known psychological principle, Nivedya Dukkham Sukhino Bhavanti. Unhappy people can regain their peace of mind by revealing the cause of their distress. But here the gopis couldn't even express themselves, so they remained adrift in their vast ocean of their misery. So they could not tell about their misery to anybody. So they were living with the misery. Sometimes if you tell about what is bothering you to somebody, then maybe it relieves your distress. But here, who can they tell about their feelings to anybody?
They talk amongst themselves. That's the Venu Geet, right? Krishna leaves to the forest and they hear the flute sound of Krishna and they feel themselves very unfortunate. And they're feeling, oh, the deer is very fortunate, the Pulinda woman, the demigod wives, the birds. We are so fortunate to be with Krishna, but we are very unfortunate that our mother-in-law and all they are stopping us.
And they are glorifying. Yeah, that the deer, right? The deer is not stopped by its spouse, right? It is
Mhm.
also going in with Krishna. Whether we are stopped by our elders, we are unfortunate.
And Yamuna can touch his feet. Yamuna is also in like their family members cannot stop. The two banks, I think. I mean, Amarendra Prabhu gave a detailed commentary on Pulindi woman, demigods' wives, the birds that are sitting on the tree like sages.
They can see all Krishnas. We can't see Krishna's pastimes in the forest, but the birds sitting on the top of the tree, they can watch Krishna like that. The clouds also, right? The clouds.
Yeah.
So everybody can watch. We are not able to watch Krishna. So even the Govardhan, right, is so fortunate. Okay. So like that, they are thinking themselves most unfortunate. Although they are the most exalted in there, they are thinking themselves most unfortunate.
Correct. That's the mood of a devotee. He thinks that he has no love for Krishna. Rest everybody has so much love for Krishna. I am the most fallen.
Uttamadipari. The mood of gopis, okay. The gopis, the Lord's most beloved devotees, are endowed with all excellent qualities. And now the gopis were overwhelmed with, okay, let's read it. Okay, next verse. Krishna had stolen the hearts and eyes of these young girls. The girls had come so far from the cowherd village. So they had, following Krishna, they had come quite a distance from the village. And now, with some endeavor, he stopped them. As they looked at him, he repeatedly tried to send them home. So, Krishna is trying to send them home, but he anxiously reassured them again and again through a trusted messenger and by his own gestures. You go, I am coming, soon back, I am coming, you don't worry. He stretched his neck to glance. He stretched his neck to glance at the girls with love, signaled with his eyebrows, and did what he could to make the girls shy and even afraid. Sometimes he would make them afraid so they'll go back. In this way, he forced them to stop, and they stood in front of his mother, motionless just like her. His mother was also there that time. I thought she went back. The boys were now approaching the dense forest, an unsafe place for young girls, so Krishna had to send them back. By sending a boy as his go between and by making his own gestures, like knitting his eyebrows, shaking his head, and biting the tip of his tongue, he managed to convince them not to go any further. So, with his own gestures, with his eyebrows, shaking his head, go back, go back. The gopis then joined Mother Yashoda on the same hill, where the gopis stood like pictures. So they came back to the same hill where Yashoda was watching Krishna, where the gopis stood like pictures and cried profusely, just like her. So Yashoda and the gopis are crying to see Krishna go into the forest. But every day, this may be like it's happening every day. So Krishna goes in the forest because they don't remember. Maybe it's new for them every day. Otherwise, it's not. Because every day, how can this go on for eternity like that? So because they feel it's first time Krishna is going. Maybe. Otherwise, they could feel like Krishna returned safely yesterday, so Yashoda should not be so anxious. He came. Like if something happens repeatedly, then we say, no, there's no need to worry. It has happened so many times. He has gone and he has come back safely. So, but I think they are not remembering. So there's anxiety like that. Nanda, the king of the cowards, naturally loved Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ah,
Actually, we read, right? Even Yamunacharya says, ever increasingly fresh. So, nitya. So, it's not like they forget, but it's always renewed.
some place it says like that, it's like they don't remember that they're meeting Krishna for the first time. Like that.
Yeah, whenever Radha and Krishna meet, they think that that's the first time that they're meeting.
So maybe it is also, they don't have past memories of also sometimes it is. Yeah, and also it is fresh, ever fresh. So Nava Yauvanam cha. So yeah, whatever it is.
So,
Because
when we see the deity form, it's as if we may have just seen the deity 5 minutes ago, but there's some, at our level, at least, we can experience that in that way. That when we look at the deity seems as if there's some new beauty. And that's the way I relate to this, like this Nityanutan.
it's like, yeah, deity, anything related to Krishna, Bhagavad Gita you read and you say, oh, there's something new in this. I've read this before, but now I'm getting more insight into this, what Krishna is saying. So, like that, with the holy name, also one can say, oh, this is creating newer and newer. I want so many tongues. With the service of the Lord, with the deities, yeah, and everybody has their whatever thing that attracts them to Krishna. So, yeah. Like we say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the pastime again and again of Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, and every time he said, please repeat again. So yeah, when you get taste, then you can do the same service and not be tired. Like Prabhupada would give this example, right? That you say speak some mundane words, Coca-Cola, 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 and you become tired. But you can chant the same Hare Krishna. And the same mantra you can chant and you can get, it becomes sweeter and sweeter. And then, like that. I'm not feeling all like that all the time, but sometimes. But there is something is there in the Maha Mantra that if we like to chant and we look forward to another Japa session. So, Nanda, the king of the cowards, naturally loved Krishna ever so much, but upon seeing his wife's loving concern, he was enslaved by overwhelming affection. So, seeing somebody's love for Krishna also affects us. Like when devotees saw Prabhupada's love for Krishna, then they also become affected by that love. That is why when we are around pure devotees, seeing there how they are attached to Krishna will also move our heart, and also we will also we'll also get that, first of all, we'll appreciate the devotee, pure devotee, how much is attached to Krishna. And wish I could become so attached to Krishna like him. So that's also another. And tears come in the eyes seeing that how somebody is so dedicated, they have sacrificed so much, their whole life for Krishna's service, giving up all material desires. They have just seeing such examples of such devotees. It just like that's why pure devotee is very attractive, because Prabhupada, so many people were attracted to Prabhupada because he has given up everything, and that's why we glorify Prabhupada. Yesterday we were discussing that how can we be instrument in Krishna's plan. Of course, everything Krishna is doing. Then is there any credit for the devotee? Yes, there is credit for the devotee. Why? Because he has surrendered to Krishna. He had a choice. He had his minute independence of not surrendering to Krishna. But he desired to give up everything, his life. That's why we glorify. Because otherwise, if everything is done by Krishna, then there is no glory for the devotee. Because everything is done by Krishna is only giving. No, but Krishna is giving because he's reciprocating with the completely surrendered attitude of the devotee. And that's why we glorify Srila Prabhupada. So, so I was thinking about that yesterday as I was speaking. How Prabhupada took so much trouble, we say, to satisfy the order of his Guru Maharaj. And he sacrificed so much.
That's why he was empowered. Like you said, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravartan. Krishna empowers those who, with a humble attitude, they surrender to Krishna, accept themselves as a puppet in the hands of Krishna. Also, I was thinking as you were talking about, seeing those devotees who are more qualified than us, as he was talking about, right? There are three classes of seeing someone who's more qualified, who's younger, and who's equal. So, someone who's more qualified, we should not feel envious or compare ourselves with them, but we should be happy that here's a person I can learn from, right?
Yeah, I can get mercy from such person. I can serve such person.
And so just like how the gopis, they saw Krishna left the Ras Leela with Radharani. They said, oh, this gopi must have performed so nice bhakti that Krishna has left with her. They were not feeling envious. They attributed, she got that opportunity because of her good qualities and bhakti that she has performed, that she has gotten the mercy of Krishna.
Yeah, Nitai Sivani Maharaj was saying that, right? In that class,
Correct.
he was saying that when we see somebody, we should not think, he's getting more mercy than me. No, he has done such nice service and he's such nice attitude, service attitude he or she has. He has surrendered himself, sacrificed so much that they are getting the mercy. So we should appreciate their good qualities and not become envious. Why I'm not getting like that.
Mm-hmm. And our appreciation for others will get us mercy from Krishna. Like it's on a purport by Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Sanatan and the Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik in the first meeting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them initiation and was glorifying them. The rest of the devotees are not feeling envious. They were happy for the mercy that Sanatan Rupa Goswami got. And Prabhupada, right, if we feel happy seeing others receive mercy from Guru and Krishna, then we will get mercy from Krishna.
Like Pratap Rudra Maharaj was very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Ramananda Rai was getting so much mercy from Lord Chaitanya, even though he was not getting mercy. He was getting, but he was not getting audience with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was appreciating Ramananda Rai. He said, you are so qualified, and said, Lord is personally calling you to Jagannath Puri to be in his association, in his service. Okay, I will give you full pension.
Mm-hmm.
I will not. Yeah, you can leave your job. And so seeing that also, Mahaprabhu became very affectionate to Pratap. There are many reasons. One was also he was sweeping in front of Jagannath's chariot. So, yeah, when we become like appreciative of so envy is the one that kills the devotion.
And envy towards others shows our envy towards Krishna.
Yeah, because somebody loves Krishna more than us and we are envious of them, then we are like, we are envious towards Krishna. Because if you love Krishna and somebody else loves Krishna, then you will be very happy. Yeah, he's loving the same object, same person that I love. Like you love your child, right? And somebody loves your child. And you feel very happy. because it's my child. I love my child, and he also loves my child. So I feel very happy. So yeah, if you love Krishna and somebody does nice service to Krishna, then we should say, oh, it's doing such nice service to Krishna. Because not that I only should do service and nobody else should do the service of pleasing Krishna more than me. That's why Prabhupada says every Vaishnava should appreciate the service of others and not be proud of his own service. This is in the spiritual world.
Yeah, so we can evaluate where we are, how much we are appreciating others.
Correct. Okay. We were loving this. Thank you. Okay. Nanda, the king of cowherds, naturally loved Krishna ever so much. But upon seeing his wife's loving concern, we know in Vatsalya Ras, Yashoda is the topmost. Nanda Maharaj also has a lot of, but nobody can exceed Yashoda in Vatsalya Ras. So, seeing his wife's loving concern, he was enslaved by overwhelming affection. So his affection for Krishna also increased. Though Nanda Maharaj had gone with Krishna a great distance, and the elder cowherds with him, when Nanda saw the great burden of love all the people of Braj bore for his son, he was unable to turn back. So Nanda Maharaj is going with Krishna, had gone with Krishna a great distance, and the elder cowherds with him. When Nanda saw the great burden of love all the people of Braj bore for his son, he was unable to turn back. So seeing that how much love they had, and as the king of the cowherd community, Nanda would normally be surrounded by priests, advisors, and other Brajvasis. So along with Nanda, other leaders of the community, including his elder brother Upananda, were also following Krishna. But even out of regard for their comfort, Nanda couldn't bring himself to turn back. Maybe it would be a very heart-rending scene, like to come back and see the misery, that the pain that they are going through. So Nanda was delighted to see many auspicious omens and see the animals and all other creatures all very happy. So there were auspicious omens that was at least comforting to his heart. That Krishna is going into the forest, but there are no inauspicious omens. Like when Krishna was in the grips of Kaliya, and Balram had not gone right that day, and when Krishna had gone, then there were all inauspicious omens in the surroundings, in the environment, and they were more worried. So they all rushed. But here now they are seeing auspicious omens. Yet he was distraught at having to be parted from his son Krishna. So he is also going to be parted. The animals showed auspicious symptoms. They had full faces and bodies and were circling Nanda clockwise. So this is an auspicious omen. The deer, birds, and other forest creatures were happy because their time for being separated from Krishna was night. And now it was time for Krishna to join them in the forest. So one reason Krishna also wanted to go deep into the forest, because he wanted to reciprocate with all the, means he wanted to herd the cows. One of the reasons is said that he wanted to reciprocate with all the trees who are deep inside the forest, who are also hankering for Krishna's association. So they were also feeling, when will Krishna come? One day he will come, one day he will come. And so that's one reason. Of course, Krishna also wanted to graduate from herding cows to now that show that he's a big boy and he can take care of the cows, not the cows. But one reason was also he wanted to reciprocate with all the animals in the forest who were not coming when Krishna was just grazing on the outskirts of the village with his cows. So, and of course, the cows also wanted Krishna's association. So, they were very happy that Krishna is going. So, gopis and everybody is unhappy, and the forest animals are very happy because Krishna is coming. Again and again, he embraced Krishna. So, Nanda Maharaj embraced Krishna and Krishna's elder brother, Balaram, both separately and together. So, he individually embraced them, and then both of them together he embraced Nanda Maharaj. Krishna and Balaram both, maybe on his two sides, one hand Krishna and one hand Balaram. He smelled their heads and shed tears in pain of great love for them. It's like they are feeling as if Krishna is not going to come back. It's like such a intense feeling of separation that he's going. Maybe when will he come back? So then Krishna bowed down to Nanda, reminded him of many duties. Like when somebody is going to die, right? We are seeing them for the last time, and we bid farewell to the soul, or we are dying and somebody is bidding us farewell. It's like that kind of thing. It's person you love, much more intense than that. But it's like, this is how it is in the material world. You like somebody, but everybody is going to depart sooner or later. So sometimes we see some person, we are just saying, goodbye, soul, goodbye. Wish you all the best, right? Because we are never going to see them again. Of course, the soul is eternal. The soul never dies. But there will come a time. And of course, we don't know sometimes who we are meeting for the last time. Because next day, what will happen, whether they will be alive, we'll be alive. We don't know. It has happened with me, like some devotees have passed away, and when I met them last time, I didn't know that I was meeting them the last time. So they are feeling like that also. As if, Krishna is going and he will not. When will we see him?
Like you mentioned about Tamal Krishna Maharaj, right? You saw him on the day
Yeah.
before.
I saw him just the day before he passed away. And it was like completely like shocking that next day we received the news after Mangalarti. First they said he was in an accident, and then later on they revealed that he has left his body. So it's like you never know who you are seeing in for the last time. So and some you can't even believe that this person, he was so hale and hearty and so healthy, and suddenly he's gone. So anyway, that's just my interpolation of this. But he smelled their heads and shed tears in the pain of great love for them. Okay. So
Also, we should not hold any grudges against anyone, because then we would not, or maybe have done an offense or something, right? And then the person leaves, and then we feel bad that we didn't, improve our relationship with them.
yeah, we didn't have the chance to apologize. We didn't have the chance to,
To say
rectify.
that how much they mean for us, like give me flowers as long as something like Sachinandan Maharaj says.
Bhakti Maharaj's mother said that, give me the flowers while I can still see them. So, yeah, we should, like, when we have the opportunity, not that we glorify the devotee only when he has left, but we should appreciate the devotees while they are still around, and be grateful and serve them. Like, okay, mostly we realize we speak more of the glories after they have left. We feel separation, but while they are around, also we should glorify them and serve them. Okay. Then Krishna bowed down to Nanda, reminded him of the many duties Nanda had to perform, and sent him home. Just like he told Yashoda, you have many household chores too. Nanda Maharaj has his set of duties to perform. Should go home. Turned back, Nanda stood motionless, looking at Krishna and nothing else. Krishna convinced Nanda, you are needed at home to save the villagers from being too wretched over my absence. So somebody has to go and comfort all the villagers, so you go. Also in the afternoon, Nanda would have to organize the decorating of village for Krishna's return. So every day they are decorating the village. Krishna is coming back, so Nanda would decorate the village. When Nanda's, just like, dressing the deity is done every day, right? It's not like yesterday I dressed, so now today we don't have to. Again, the same or different, not same, but different dress. Another flower garland. Yesterday was also another day of service, another day of cooking. Oh, yesterday I did cooking. Yeah, no, yesterday you did, but today also you have to do. So eternal engagement, like that Prabhupada has created, that eternal engagement in Krishna's service. Every day is the same thing you do. Basically, you cook breakfast, you offer arati, dressing of the deity, you do kirtan, read the Bhagavatam. It's like the same thing. That's the advantage. You live in the temple and then you are in the routine. Every day you are doing some service that you are allotted. You're doing the same services every day. And days go by. And life goes on. And then we are ready to be in the spiritual world with whatever our service is there in the spiritual world. Because we have now been doing that every day here. When Nanda's two sons had gone so deep into the forest, he could no longer see them or hear any sound. He finally turned back towards the cowherd village. Krishna and Balram had gone. They were watching, like gopis were also watching Akrura's chariot go until it was no longer seen. Same thing with Nityananda. Nitai was taken by that sannyasi and they were watching and till they could no longer see. Ram also in Ayodhya. So you keep watching because it's your beloved and then there is no sight. After some time, because they've gone so deep inside, they are so far away from our vision. He could no longer see them or hear any sound. He finally turned back towards the cowherd village. For a while, even after the boys and their animals were too far away to be seen, some sounds could still be heard. Sometime they were hearing like cows moving and horns being blown. But even when those sounds were inaudible, Nanda finally went home. So now there is no sound, there is no sight, nothing. He deputed some servants as messengers to bring news of what Krishna was doing. So he had some spies, you could say spies, to find out what Krishna was doing. Then he consoled his wife and the gopis and took them back to their homes. The gopis singing Krishna's pastimes entered the village, where they began the day absorbed in thoughts of his company. So, by singing of Krishna, remembering Krishna, that separation can be mitigated. Krishna also says, right, to the wives of the Brahmana that it is not by physical proximity, but by chanting and hearing.
Yeah. Actually, two verses Krishna repeats to the gopis when they come for ras and to the Brahman Patnis. He says that it is by hearing about me, seeing my deity form, meditating upon me and chanting my names and glories, that love for me develops, not by physical proximity. Therefore, please go back to your homes. So the Brahmana wives, they go back, but the gopis, when they came for Rasya, they didn't go back. They were insistent upon having association with Krishna.
The gopis did not go back. Yeah, when he said like that, yeah, you enjoyed the beauty of the forest. There are many wild animals, and
You need to follow your dharma as a wife and a mother. That's more important to you.
why? What is the reason they didn't go? Because that love was more intense than the Brahmana Patni. Is that right?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay? But yeah, we know by hearing about Krishna, and in the Venu Gita, they are reminding each other about Krishna, and like he was saying, right? Gauranga Darshan Guru was saying that even they gossip. The gossip is about Krishna. You know what Krishna did? Today he came and stole my butter. Krishna did this mischief today. Krishna did that. So they were gossiping also. The gossip is not about, oh, what scandal somebody has done or something. Yeah, it's about Krishna, what scandals he has done. But it is related to Krishna. That's why it is very funny.
So all these gopis, they would come to Mother Yashoda to complain, right? It's actually they liked it when Krishna came to their house because they had prepared the butter for Krishna. While making the butter, they were thinking of Krishna, but they just wanted to talk about Krishna. This was their Mangal Aarti. Every morning, they would go to Yashoda's house to complain about Krishna, and Krishna also was hearing their complaints. So he likes to hear his own katha, as we say.
And spoken by the devotees. The katha becomes
Filled with love. So Yashoda was relishing more of Krishna's pastimes because they were being spoken by these gopis. They were speaking the pastimes and mixing their love with them. So Yashoda experienced more of Krishna's pastimes.
like Bhagavatam has become even more sweeter. Whatever Vyasdev, even Vyasdev was sitting there, right? When Shukdev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Although,
Yeah, he said Narad Muni was there, Vyasdev's guru, and Vyasdev was there. Yesterday we hearing Swayam Bhagwan, right? Krish. He was saying.
yeah, or maybe it was Gauranga Darshan Prabhu saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that, yeah, his Guru and his Param Guru both were there sitting, and they were hearing from Shukdev Goswami. So exalted Shukdev Goswami. In the same Bhagavatam that Vyasadev taught to Shukdev Goswami, it's being spoken by Shukdev Goswami, but Shukha Mukhadamritatravasahidam. Yeah, the Harikatha becomes even more relishable. That's why we have all the commentary of all these acharyas, right? And then Harikatha becomes even more sweeter than hearing from their, Jiva Goswami, and they have given so many different ways to look at it, different reasons, and how the Harisuri, how the milk was boiling and milk was thinking, I should commit suicide because I have no use. So all these little things of the acharyas, they make the Krishna Katha, Damodar Lila becomes so like relishable. So that's okay. That's the contribution of the acharyas. Okay, we can stop here. It's 8:30. The gopis.
Yeah, the pastime continues.
Yeah, we'll read tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where? How do we bookmark here?
You can just write the verse number.
Yeah. Or page number is also page 462.
462.
Yeah. Actually, we can read Bhagavatam also sometime. But yeah, nice. Okay. Thank you, everyone. This is Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It is also Bhagavatam, which spoken by Parikshit Maharaj to Uttara, right? Before the part.
Yeah, but it's no way similar to Bhagavatam. Uttara said, you give me a summary of what you heard.
Okay. It's inconceivable. All right, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much for your association. We'll see you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.